What's up, folks? Simulation for the Nation here, and welcome back to another episode where we look into what may lie ahead for us in Farming Simulator 22 with the brands that we currently know about and what we can expect from them. Today, we're looking at the flagship that is John Deere. Of course, a brand that was new to FS19 there. We finally received them in, and we received the machines that you see right in front of us here right now. So we were able to start with, as we go through the line here, you had your 6R, this is the 6250R here, we had the 7R, which was 7230R, the 8RT, which is the 8345, and then the 8R itself, which was in the CGI trailer as well, and everyone was talking about and got all the hype going, and it was a great start. Oh, that thing's lethal. Do you mind? We're busy. It was a phenomenal start for the franchise here. To have John Deere in the game was huge. Of course, we were able to get the combines there as well, but the tractors in the game was something that we never had and we could never quite replicate properly with mods, and this was a really big start, and it was something that leads us with a lot of hope for the future, of course. And as the game progressed, obviously another year extension on there as well, we were able to get that a little bit further into it all, and we're gonna have a look at what that looks like for us really, and to kind of look into see what we can expect to come in FS22, and also have a look into some of the mods that we got along the way there as well, and see if they may well make an appearance in some form or another, or if perhaps Giants themselves will make that as a model in game. We're going to start with what we do know we've got. Giants released this lovely 6M as a free add-on at the beginning of 2020 actually. It's a lovely little model here. It's about 110, 120 horsepower depending upon which model you get. It pulls like a train. It's great to put a front loader onto it as well, of which there is a John Deere special front loader, but it just has the John Deere detail. It has the Giants detail to it. The cab looks brilliant. The interior looks fantastic there as well. Little 4-cylinder engine, nice and pokey here. It's just a brilliant little yard tractor. If you need in the market for one, it works an absolute treat. I'd love to see that one coming in as well, and we're gonna have a touch on some smaller machines as well when we get a look onto the John Deere website. Now, of course, thanks to some of the many modders out there, we were able to see the 8RX arrive. The brand new 2020 series of John Deere 7 and 8Rs, both European and US formats, were released onto the mod hub as well, which is awesome to see, which allowed us to get this beast. Now, we know that we're going to see a few new machines for FS22. We also know one of them is going to be a big John Deere. We'll get onto that in a moment here, but it would be nice if they updated the styling of all the John Deeres there. The old 7 and 6Rs and even the 8Rs look great, don't get me wrong, but they don't look that good. I mean, just look at that bonnet with that little aggressive line down there, and like the axe shape vents on the side. Looks like someone's wielded an axe and chopped those out there. The Power Ranger style legs just look brilliant. To get into the cab here as well, this is obviously a third-party mod, still a very good standard, but it would be great to see this in a Giants model. It really would be, and if not, hopefully we can get it converted across there straight away. What we do know as well, it does appear to be more US-based customizations, which is going to be great for all John Deere models there, because it'll be great to have the opportunity to make either US or EU based specifications there, which of course leads to things like different wheel widths, different features on the wheel arches, either hazard checkerboard signs or the indicator stalks sticking out on either side there, and pickup hitch differences as well. Would be pretty neat if we could get all that in, configured between those nice and quickly. Moving on, we got a little John Deere Gator here, which is an absolute blast to have a drive around. It'd be lovely to see it. Giants do like Gators. It'd be lovely to see one of these arrive in here, but it's kind of overshadowed by this beast. This is the 9RX. Now, this was released as part of the Boggart DLC, which was probably released, I would say, is approximately a year ago now as well. This is delightfully big. There was another model by Custom Modders out there as well on the mod hub. This one came out as part of the DLC to pull all the giant equipment that came in that DLC. And yeah, just a very nice, huge bit of kit. Now, we do know that we're going to see the 9R coming on into the game as a Giants model there. We saw a picture as one of the very early screen grabs for the season's promotion information there, so we do know it's coming. But as a 9R, will it go as far as a 9RX? I severely hope so there, but what we can tell from what we've seen as well is that yes, it is absolutely huge. It looks fantastic there, and yes, it also has the American pickup hitch config on the back there as well, which is great to see. Hopefully you'll be able to kind of mix up like I mentioned there and add other configurations on. We'll have to wait and see about that one, but we know this is coming. It just looks epic. Big bits of equipment look good. Fact. That's all we need to know. I would love to get that one into a 9RX into game. Now, speaking of things with the letter 9 or the number 9 in them, the X9 Combine is, well, we know it's arriving. We've seen the CGI trailer. It was included in there, so one can only hope that means that it's coming through as well. It is sublime. It is fantastic, to be honest. It is huge, monstrous even, absolutely ginormous, and I blooming well love it. This one is, of course, a third-party model, but to get something this size, we got for FS19, we got the Agco Ideal, which was like the big combine of the time. This one just destroys it by all accounts, really, in terms of its productivity. And it will just look incredible. Again, I always love to see that Giants level of detail there. It can't be rivaled. The modders in the game, don't get me wrong, do a phenomenal job there with their efforts. But a Giants combine would be phenomenal to see. It would look so good. And I really like to see a big combine. We do have the T5 still, of course, as I come on into the store. The standard in-game John Deere combines with the S790 and the T5. So, oh, that's gone wrong. A nice smaller combine there, really, which is still very good. Very nice model to have. And then, of course, the big S90 as well, which is like the little sibling to this one now. Can you believe it? But yeah, that would be a great little option to see there as well. Really think that would add so much to the game. In terms of forages as well, we did see as part of the release from Agritechnica, there was the 8900 John Deere forager there. Again, that was I do believe that was a third-party partnership there, really. So that was still a really nice mod. But again, to have a John Deere 8900 forager in-game from scratch would just be awesome to see. I think it would add so much to it. But what we're going to go and do now is have a look at what else we would like to see, what else we could maybe see based off the John Deere lineup. We're going to head on over to their to the website and see what information we can find. Well, okay then, let's go and have a look. So we're on the John Deere, we're on the UK based website here as we have a quick look through it, but the machines for the most part will be the same. Now we've touched on the 9 series as well, just an absolutely huge piece of equipment there. I'd love to see that in all of its glory. The 8 series, again, with that beautiful new modeling for the 2020 series, it looks great, but so does the 7 series. I think you'll agree, it just looks absolutely stunning there. We would like to see a 6R. We've still got, I believe, the 6M, that DLC pack model will come through. I think we'll see that as standard. And it also lines up nicely with what we've got from the, we know that the, we've got the 6S Massey is in there at the moment. We know that the G Series Valtra arrived as well in the latter part of 2020. So we've got a lot of different smaller machines there. I expect to see the John Deere 6M coming through. But again, we know that vineyards are coming. Let's go smaller. Let's have a look at the 5G, shall we? Or even the 5E as well. Tiny little machines there. Nice and compact, nice and narrow. And I think it could be really good. Only a max of up to 105 horsepower there. Don't need much. But look at it. Look at all the different configurable options there. We know that configuration is going to be a little bit more of an option in the store based on what we've seen, or at least that's what we can surmise from the fact sheet, or not the fact sheets. We haven't got to that stage yet. Good Lord, Sim. From the screenshots and the publications we've seen, we know they're an option. But check out some of these. Look at that little 5GV or the 5GN. Really cool little things. As we try and have a look onto here, let's learn more about the 55090. Yes, please. So far, I've got to say, Fendt still win with the websites there because they have the 360-degree viewing platform. But that looks pretty neat. Look at that little guy. I'd love to see some of those in there. I'm not a huge admirer of vineyards or any of the olives either as well. But what I do like is that it introduces you to a practice that you may not be aware of. It introduces you to the machinery that you may not be aware of, and adds a whole new element, really. So I'm all for it, really am. And I'm just looking forward to seeing if we could get some of these bits of kit in here. I would be all about that one. Pretty cool indeed. As we go back to tractors here, let's see what else we can see. I think we're going to be mainly have covered most of it. The 6R will probably stay around because that's a very popular tractor these days still anyway across Europe for sure. And then I think we might see a redesign of the 9 and the 8 series as well. Let's have a look at what else there can be though, because we do know that John Deere do more than just tractors. So we'll go on to agriculture again. We've already looked at, we know that the X9 has been spoken about there. That's incredible. It's really quite something. But sprayers. John Deere do a lot more than just tractors and combines, folks, that we know of. So obviously we can look into sprayers, balers, drills would be great because there's a whole load of different types of planters as well for soybeans and for corn. Love to get some of those big machines into there. I wonder if they got one of the big self-propelled sprayers here, or is it all just the trailed sprayers? There you go, the R41 X0 series. That would be pretty impressive. Why not? Let's get one of those beasts in. And also a new trailed sprayer. I'm all about that. Would love to see it. Really would love to see that. We'll go into balers as well. I mean, every other brand manufacturer from Kuhn and Vicon to Class have all got their combi bale wrappers in. So John Deere, get on board. Bring it on in. Come on in. It's about time we got there. So why not? Let's see one of those in. Square balers, I think these are pretty much just the big Kuhns, to be honest. I think with just a different paint job on there. But hey, I'll still love to see it. Any variation is all good with me. Combines we've had a bit of a look at there. Mowers are always interesting though. Butterfly mowers would always come in. I almost expect to see a John Deere butterfly mower at this point. Would love to see, we still don't see many. I would love to see a good trailed mower. I don't know about anyone else here, but I'd love a different opportunity there, a different option for it. We got one in the Caverland DLC there, but it felt a little bit small. I'd love to see one of these trailed side pull mowers coming in. That would be pretty cool. And of course the butterfly mowers are pretty darn legit as well there. That goes without saying, really. Would love to see those come on in. The acreage you can cover with butterfly mowers, you just can't compare. It's just incredible. And then, like I say, drills and self-propelled forage harvesters. There are so many different options for drills and planters here. And what really intrigues me as well is with seasons, how intense that will be with the crop establishment. Because if something like direct drilling where minimal ground disturbance does help, then a 750A would be the way to go, because they are some of the industry leading direct drills really out there, and they really have intensified their usage especially in the UK there, where the need and the want for direct drilling is increasing. Drills like this are really coming to the forefront, so it'd be great to see those coming on in. I do believe that. And like I say, it's no longer the 8900. You can go for the big old 9900 series. That would be something that I think we may well see, you know, just to go for the flagship there, get it in from the early stage. God, they are beastly, aren't they? Look at the size of that thing. I would love to see one of those in there. But that's what I think we're really looking at here. Do let me know down below if you think that we'll see anything different, or what you would like to see from John Deere. I know a lot of you out there, and I'm really in the same boat and agree with this, would love to see some more classic or not quite vintage machines, maybe machines from the 90s in there as well, or even older. If you're in that boat as well, let me know which model you would love to see coming on in there, and which mod, if it is your favorite mod from FS19, which mod you'd like to see converted straight across, because I know there are many good John Deere mods out there, and I would love to see it. I'll start the boat off there. The 77, 78, 10 John Deere would be phenomenal to see in here. I would absolutely love that one. But this has been another episode of what we know and what we can expect from John Deere for Farming Simulator 22 with me, SFTN. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, and we'll see you all in the next one.